Obviously, mate, great performance. I suppose, how did you view it overall?
Yeah, all in all, it was a very good reaction from last week's loss. We spoke about at the beginning of the week that we needed a reaction, and they did from like Monday onwards. It was our training has been at an intensity that we probably haven't trained at for a long time, and the boys drove that. You could see, that they were embarrassed about last week, and they wanted to put it right. And you could see they were a little bit nervy at the start of the game, but once they settled and realised what Perth were trying to do, and then after the penalty miss, funny enough, we got a real lift, and then after that we performed really well, and it was good to score that many goals and also keep a clean sheet.
Lockie, mate, obviously fantastic. How pleased are you for him?
Very pleased, because he's been one of our consistent performers, and Lockie works hard for the team. He's been playing really well and setting up a lot of goals, but he hadn't scored yet. And so, you don't want to say too much to a player that's looking for his first goal, because then they get a little bit nervous about it. But, I said to him, all it takes is one goal, and then, the goals will come. And sometimes it's one of those lucky ones, and he got that. And then after that, his two finishes were great. The volley was very good technically to hit a volley like that, and then also the goal that he scored is a tap in, but he was put himself into that position, after some great work on the left. So pleased for Lockie, and pleased for all the players really, because they deserve that win.
And Dylan Piraeus as well, he scored, but he's one of those young players in Western United that just seems to get better with each season. How have you sort of seen him across the campaign, I guess?
Yeah, look, Dylan's been in and out at times, but he's working hard at his game, and he wants to improve and get better, and that's all you can ask for from young players. We know there's still a lot of improving from Dylan, so we'll try and push him as much as possible and help him with that. And it was good to see him not only score, but you could see that he grew with confidence as the game went on, and that was his first game back after that injury. So everyone was a little bit unsure how he would move, but he moved well, and now he should be okay for Tuesday.
I think that win keeps you undefeated at UTAS as well, so nice to be winning at the home away from home, I guess.
Yeah, the boys love coming here. We spoke about it in the press conference a couple of days ago. It does feel like a home for us, and the pitch is amazing. The conditions are great, and so the boys they love it, and they're confident. And I think I'm pretty sure Lockie scored here before, and Dylan Piraeus scored earlier on in the season against Perth. So let's hope that continues on Tuesday.
Obviously a nice bit of crowd here as well, mate. How fantastic was that for you guys? Obviously pretty loud at times as well.
Yeah, it was great. And then we're glad that we could put on that performance for the people that enjoy and love their football here in Tasmania and in Launceston, and we could hear them. That they made noise, and they also did that earlier on in the season when we played Perth here. It was our away game, but they helped us. They created an atmosphere. So it was good to see them turn up, and let's hope Tuesday we have a similar crowd that can help us get the result that we're looking for on Tuesday.
Joey?
John, just looking over the stats for this game, I mean, Perth have had 60% of the ball, but you've been able to prevent them from having any shots inside the box bar one, and that came when they were down 4-0. You, on the other hand, you've had 18 shots, 7, really big, I think it's looking at 7 or 8 within the penalty area or closer to goal. Massive win. Is this how you drew it up? Is this the ultimate realisation of how you want your side to play?
Oh no! Look, that depends on the game that we're playing. There's games that then we have won when we've dominated possession and dominated, the territory with the ball. But there's also other games where we know that they might take a few risks with the ball, and if we can win the ball in those areas, not all the time you go into, but you have to position yourself right and be good structurally, defensively, and we were able to do that. And when we had the ball, it wasn't that were keeping the ball just for keeping the ball in with possession. It was actually, all right, once we get the ball and we shift it quickly and get forward quickly, we're going to create chances. And we knew that would be the case. And that was the pleasing thing, because the goals were very good goals, and the chances that were created were movements that we've been working on all season, and it's great to see it come into play, because then what happens is that the confidence grows, and the belief grows even more. I know we're talking about belief in round 21, 22, but this is when you want that belief, leading into the end of the season. Finals coming up, and to be able to score goals like that and create those chances was really important.
It became pretty apparent during the game that you were having a lot of fortune going down that left-hand side and attacking down there. Was that an area you identified coming into the game, or was it an in-game adjustment to prioritise attacking down that flank?
Oh, it was something that we analysed during the week, and we knew that we could get a lot of joy there. And then, there'll be other games that we go through the middle a little bit more, and then also other games that we go on the right a bit more. So, but we thought that we'll get a lot of joy out there tonight, and it happened that way. And then you just continue to go that way, because you're getting that joy. So we knew that that would happen and could happen, because I know it's a different coach, but it was very similar in the first game that we played them. First game here in Tasmania, we scored the goal going down that side when Dylan Price ended up getting a tap in at the back post, and Benny Garuccio set up. So we thought that could occur again, and it ended up happening.
And I guess the question is, mate, the gap's now down to 5 points. You've got 2 games in hand. You going to chase City down?
We got a big game on Tuesday. That's the one that we're looking at on Tuesday. Don't look too far ahead. And then after that, we will. Look, we wanted to be in this position, at the start of the season, and we knew that we would have to work hard to put ourselves in this position. We said we'll be competitive, and we're there. But we still need to put on a performance on Tuesday, get the result, and then we've got that 10-day break, if you want to say, or 10-day before we play our next game. Then we've got a big 3 games, the final week of the season. So, but we know it's going to be hard Tuesday. Macarthur are a good side, and they're a side that never lays down. You saw last night when Brisbane were dominating, they found the way. So we have to make sure that we're ready for a tough 90-odd minutes.
Hey John, Alexander obviously missed the first half penalty, stepped up again and scored it. I guess, how good's that for his confidence? I mean, players can kind of beat themselves down a little bit when they miss a penalty, but, he had the confidence to stand up again and take it. I guess, what does that say about someone like Sasha who was able to do that in the second half?
Yeah, it's great. And you know that a player like that then won't go hiding if things aren't going his way. But it was funny, after one of the goals, he came up to me. This was, I think, after the second or even the first goal. And he said, "You're okay if I take the next penalty?" I said, "Yep, you're taking it, don't worry." And you don't know when that's going to happen, if it was going to happen tonight or in another game. But having taken penalties in my career, I know that you're going to miss some, but it's important to get back on it pretty quickly. And fortunate for him and for us that it was in the same game, because that way there he doesn't need to think about it too much. And now he's got his goal, and then we're able to rest him a little bit, which was good.
And Dylan Wenzel-Halls as well. I mean, it's been 4 months since he scored a goal. I know obviously it was late in the game, the pressure might have been off a bit, but as you know, as a striker, once you get your confidence back in front of goal, it's massive for him. And even it looked like, it actually like that burden came off his shoulders. I guess, again, for him, how good is that? Yeah,
important for him, for us, and important for Lockie and for us as well, because you're right, as a striker, when you go a long period without scoring, it doesn't feel that the ball will drop in front of you anymore. It doesn't feel like that you're going to be able to get on the end of things. And that was happening a little bit with Lockie. He probably started to lose that belief that he was going to get into positions to score. So now he got his goal, and he was able to get into more goal scoring positions. And the same with Dylan Wenzel-Halls, because he's a goal scorer. So it's important that he's scoring, especially at this time of the season. If players are going into the finals or the back end of the season with confidence, that's going to help us.
And just last one, any injuries? Ben looked like he had a bit of cramp at the end there. He's all good, or is that just a bit of,
No, he had cramp. It was a longish day yesterday. It was a long travel day. We got there early because we thought that we would have to wait around and there'll be lineups and whatever else. But then we got stuck on the tarmac for I don't know, about over an hour or whatever. We ended up getting delayed about 3 hours. So it ended up being a long day for the players, and as much as you don't want it to drain you, it drains you a little bit. So that's probably why he cramped a little bit at the end, but he'll be fine. At least we don't have to travel next game.